to the Conscious Tide with Ptolomek the Messenger. This week, our special guests are Ryan Blackstock and Heidi Hong of Camp Xanadu. Blessings and aloha, everyone. This is Brother Ptolomek here with Brother Ryan and Sister Heidi of Camp Xanadu. They're doing amazing things in the world, creating beautiful events that connect community in beautiful and intimate ways that are super inspiring, and they're really pioneering a movement here in Southern California. So thank you so much for being on the show, you guys.
Thanks for having us on the show, Sean.
Absolutely. So Ryan and Heidi, let me know a little bit about your story and where you guys come from. Whoever would like to start first.
So basically, I was running clubs. I was actually in nightlife and was loving it for a long time. And then I got to a point where it wasn't really serving me. And I started to do some soul searching. And I was really looking for a life that had more meaning and more purpose. And on that path, I met Heidi. And together we developed life that would empower us, that would bring meaning into our lives, that would bring health and happiness to our friends. And in that process, we created what we call today Camp Xanadu.
Right on.
Yeah.
Word. That's great, babe. What he said. A little bit of my background, I went to school for design and yoga therapy, so my intention was to travel the world and inspire light and wellness and happiness and connectivity to the world. And looking at what exists currently, we felt that there was a need to create something really deep where humans can all come forward with their most authentic selves, with their talents and skills, and share that with the community to really grow together. And so I think coming together was really what inspired us to build this community and continue to massage it and allow it to thrive and be nourished.
Amazing. And it's really incredible, and I'm in awe, and I'm super inspired by both of you to just have come together and create something. And I think it's really inspiring for all of our listeners to know that if you have a vision and it's something that's in alignment with goodness and something that you really feel passionate about bringing forth into the world, that you can create it. And you've both successfully done that, and you're just growing and expanding.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, for me, it was more about trusting my intuitions and following my heart. And that I knew I needed something more in my life. And, through that process, I met Heidi, who mentioned, she's a yoga teacher, and she lived this conscious life and this beautiful, healthy life. And I was magnetized to her, and she really helped me discover who I am today. And through that beautiful connection, I've been able to pull people out of the darkness and bring them into the light, in the sense that I could empathize with so many people that I used to work with, and so many people that are in dead-end jobs or depressed or just breaking out of their relationships, and they need that sense of community. They need to find their tribe. They need to break from the default world, and I've gotten those tools now from Heidi, and together we help these people, and not just them, but people are looking to have a great time and just need some creative inspiration in their life. And for us, it just brings us an abundance of gratitude for the world and meaning in our lives, and we're really happy to be doing what we're doing.
Beautiful. Right on.
Yeah.
And then for those of our listeners who don't know about Camp Xanadu, I mean, we've touched on the bullet points of the intention of it, but what can they expect to see when they go to Camp Xanadu?
So Camp Xanadu is a annual experience on Catalina Island. It's on a private cove, so we charter a boat and we sail away from the concrete jungle, kind of escape LA and OC, and go into this private space where the weekend is curated carefully to create maximum happiness and sustain success. And so the overlying question that we constantly ask ourselves when we're developing the weekend is, what constitutes sustained happiness and success? I think as humans, we're always looking for that to fill the void. And we're not here saying that we're experts, but we're here on a mission and this constant search for what that means to us. And coming from a yoga background, it's all about balance. And so, for example, going to a yoga retreat, you just do yoga and that's great, but does that necessarily apply to regular life? So our question in curating Camp Xanadu is creating all these elements essential for personal growth, professional growth, mental, physical, spiritual wellness. So it kind of hits and massages all parts of your body. And you come out of it feeling refreshed, invigorated, inspired. And so there's a lot of elements that go into it that make Camp Xanadu really unique and transformational.
Yeah, so I mean, part of camp is bringing people out of their shell and, you know, getting them to be a little bit outside their comfort zone, because we know that's how we grow, right? And growth and progress is synonymous with happiness, and essentially what we're doing is we're sailing away to happiness, and we're practicing gratitude, but we're also living in the present, and we're practicing our future faith, and essentially doing all these different activities. Like Heidi mentioned, it's a balance. So we're snorkeling, we're kayaking, we're paddleboarding, we're night diving, we're catching lobster. At the same time, we have astronomy classes, we have business classes, we have classes on Bitcoin and creative writing. We have business coaches. So you get this really nice balance. And then there's all types of hiking. We have scavenger hunts. We have an improv. We have a huge talent show. We have this big silent disco party at night where you're knee deep in the water and you're running around on the beach and there's fire pits going. And we do it all very consciously. We inject the whole weekend with really healthy food and new ways of socializing. We have like different activities that help people break down barriers really quickly. And we do it without the use of any drugs or alcohol.
Yeah, it's really about nature therapy, and like when you are really deeply rooted and connected with nature, you get this natural high. You're in the sun, you're in the water, you're discovering, you're really tapping into what it feels like to be a kid again. Like that sense of passion, of like your love for life. You know, as adults, we grow up and sometimes life is hard and sometimes it gets harder and harder, and it's just the world that we live in. And so something like this is really important because it gives us an opportunity to just disconnect from all our electronics and really connect deeply with each other. And so the weekend flows with camp-wide activities and then mini group activities. So it has a nice flow of like the intimacy of your small group. You can call them our group circles. So we have like our camp counselor, we call them our tribe leader, and they basically have prompts, and so we're all diving in deeper and learning about each other on a very personal level and asking us questions like, what was your biggest challenge in your life and how have you learned from it? And we're connecting on that level where we're really sharing authentically with each other. And then we come out and then do a whole like treasure hunt on the island. Everyone just has fun, so it like releases that like childlike energy. So we just think it's our ideal vacation, so we like hope that other people love it too.
Yeah, I think one thing that makes Camp Xanadu unique is that we ask everyone through the registration process what their intention is, and then we give people the opportunity to teach a class or a workshop or a play shop at camp. So there's an application process that's optional if they want to come in. They want to teach anything from yoga to astronomy, and they could do that. And I think part of that is just empowering people and helping them grow.
So cool. It's absolutely brilliant. I don't know about you guys, but I think, I hope to see you there because I'm definitely going. No drugs and alcohol, for one. Huge. I mean, we live in a culture, in the conscious community, it's like, how many of our friends are at Burning Man right now, how many people go to, this is my first year never going to a festival. Wow. After 6 years of just like nonstop festivals, because it was like the community's there, the tribe is there, that's where I can live and be, and I think we're moving past that, or at least some of us are moving past that, to wanting that intimate connection, that real authentic, just, you know, intimacy and connection. That those words almost even fall short to that richness of just being, you know, just purely present with other beings in a space where you're like, okay, we've made the intention to put all of that aside, and we're going to have fun, we're going to grow, we're going to support each other, and like you said, like, you know, people teaching workshops and stuff. It's fantastic. I would love to teach a workshop there, you know, and, you know, empowering each other to, you know, be the highest selves that we can in a space where we're also empowering our bodies, physically, healing ourselves, you know, through nature, through being in, you know, Mother Earth and the water, and yeah, just fascinating. I think you guys have really done a brilliant job of creating the most ideal, like, I don't even want to call it an event. It's more than that. It's like you guys have created a almost like an incubation station that's also like, you're already birthed though, you know? It's kind of like just a total place of healing and wellness and empowerment and everything, like all in one, in a package that's fun, that connects to the inner child, and also connects to that grown aspect of ourselves that can then feel like we can emerge into the world, you know, with confidence and strength. And wow, yes, I say yes. Fantastic.
Thank you. Yeah, you know, camp isn't about like telling people that drugs and alcohol are bad. It's just you know, we've actually done the experience different ways, and we find the experience is more about like people wanting to connect and connect authentically, and grow deeper in those connections. And with the experience that's more about being intoxicated on each other, is so much more powerful. And so that's sort of what the key learning has been throughout creating this entire we call it like a lifestyle. And people come away, they come in actually like really kind of, a lot of them come in kind of like that's their lubrication, right, to meet people.
Totally.
And we empower them to see that they don't need this to connect, right? And the other thing is, you know, we're scuba diving, we're in the water a lot. I mean, there's so many things going on that you don't even think about those things. You don't feel like you need them.
Yeah, you're hanging out with bison on the island.
There are bison on the island?
Yeah, there's 32 bison on Catalina, and sometimes they just stumble upon camp and they're just hanging out. So you don't want to mess with them, but it's really cool to see this magnificent beast just standing in front of you. Just like, hey, Betty, how's it going? You know, I'm going to go over here. It's good to see you.
So the bison's actually the biggest land animal in the United States, and we're lucky to have a few of them on the island. And for the most part, they're really peaceful, and it's really cool to wake up in the morning and you see a bison kind of walking down the beach. Just kind of feel like you're in a movie. And
they were actually brought to the island because they were filming a movie, and they ended up just leaving the bison on Catalina, and they actually never made the cut on the movie.
Wow.
So then the bison started multiplying, and then there was like an infestation of them, so they started giving them birth control.
Wow.
And then slowly controlled the population of the bison because they didn't want it to outnumber the humans.
We also have pygmy fox, which is unique in the sense that it's this is the only land carnivore unique to California, and they're miniature fox that were actually, they migrated to the Channel Islands about 10,000 years ago. They said they took rafts actually. In theory, that's what scientists thought. You know, they jumped on some debris during a storm. That's how they made it to the island. But they don't have any predators, so they're really cute, and they come out during the day and at night they kind of snoop around. They'll come into your tent. They're like really beautiful animals, and so you know you're blessed with all this nature out there. And that's something else that we also we'll talk about at camp, is like the healing power of nature, and how it's now in science backed to you know they say that you know it's one of the best things to combat depression, anxiety. And nature therapy is something we talk a lot about.
Yeah, and I think living in LA and Southern California, when we're living in the coast, sometimes we forget to just adventure and discover our own backyard. And Catalina like literally is in our own backyard. It's just a skip away, and it's closer than Hawaii, but it feels like it's so far away.
Yeah.
And being in the ocean, like this place is one of the top snorkeling spots in California. And so being in the water, snorkeling and exploring, just, it's incredible, all the life that's in the ocean. And so it gives you this new appreciation for life, for nature, how nature creates such magnificent beauty. And actually Xanadu means a place of magnificent beauty, so it really ties back into like seeing the beauty in everyday things, seeing the beauty in nature, seeing the beauty in each other, seeing the beauty in community, and then like having that vibe like spread beyond our physical presence.
Amazing. Wow. And how many years have you guys been doing Xanadu?
So, the Xanadu Life started in 2013. It started out as a festival, and throughout the years, it's become something so much more, and it's now a 3-day camp. And through that process, we've created a nonprofit. So the nonprofit's called the Xanadu Foundation, and its mission is to inspire positive change around global ocean issues. So proceeds from our camp will go into the foundation, and with that money, we host a monthly beach cleanup.
Beautiful.
And we've been doing that for about 2.5 years now. And we've hit every beach between Newport and Malibu. And then we've hit Santa Barbara, and we're starting to go down to San Diego soon. And at those beach cleanups, we talk about the toxic properties of plastics. We host yoga, and we have different yoga studio that partners with us on each one. And then we have a conscious group circle, and everyone gets to chime in and talk about how they feel about the cleanup, and and then we have a guest speaker, sort of like a TED Talk, who a scientist or a marine biologist who will come and help propel the education further, so that people start to realize that they have power to change the world. And and that's the other thing we're trying to do, is just revolutionize the way people think and the way people feel about things, and so that's something that's been really powerful in our life as well.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah, the cleanup started because we live in Huntington Beach, and so we love being outdoors. We're running along the beach every day, and we just noticed so much plastic on our beaches. And so initially I'm like, let's keep our run, but let's just pick up all the straws that we find. So we're picking up straws.
Right.
We're running and like collecting more and more straws. And toward the end of our run, which was just a mile back to our house, we collected 76 straws. And I'm like, this breaks my heart. Like, this is our home. This is our front yard. As a yogi, as like someone that stands up for community and for good, like we can't just sit here and do nothing, so that's what inspired us to take action and do something, and like inspire others to take action and create those ripple effects into the world. And so that was the idea of like adding our nonprofit and our coastal cleanups into what we do. And I think life is more meaningful when we're giving, when we're sharing. Life just supplies so much more abundance when we're giving back.
Yep. So a point to that is we have plastic-free events, and so everyone will bring their own cup, or we'll provide a cup for them. Actually, Heidi's got her mason jar here with this glass straw, and for everyone, it's kind of it's a shock at first. Like, do I need to bring my own cup? And then they get the and then they realize like their cup is their flair, and it's their talking piece, and it's actually amazing to have a really cool cup, and not to have trash around you and be drinking out of plastic. And when they find out that the BPA and different chemicals in plastic are also making their bodies sick, it's not just making the environment sick. It's great to see that change in them, and we start to see the community bringing their own cup to Starbucks, and buying glass straws or the stainless steel straws, and other restaurants are starting to do it too, which is really great.
Yeah, we're starting to see it everywhere. I grew up as a Boy Scout and stuff. Like I'm an Eagle
Yay.
Scout, so I'm
Eagle
used to
Scout.
bringing mess kit, you know.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, and you know, I'm a surfer too, so I've been getting involved in all these beach cleanups and would love to be involved with yours as well, because, you know, for those of you, if you're ever at the beach, or if you want to do something where you're like, or if you're just ever feeling down and you want to feel better, go clean up the beach.
Yeah.
Because
Definitely.
there's nothing that will make you feel, I don't even want to say satisfied and accomplished or anything like that, but when you go and you see what's happening to the waters that, you know, basically feed all of life, you know, Mother Earth, that her pulsating waters, and you see, you know, I'll go and surf, and as I'm walking back, I'm like picking up styrofoam cups and all sorts of stuff to throw in the trash, even with like people see me and I'm like have a surfboard in one hand and I just have all this trash. And, you know, you may think, well, there's people who, you know, it's their job to clean up the trash, but I mean, come on, one guy or two guys doing that, like, we need as many hands as we can. So it's really beautiful work that you guys are doing, not only Camp Xanadu, but with your nonprofit and cleaning up the beaches. And what was that called again?
It's called the Xanadu Foundation.
Gotcha.
And it's at thexanadulife.com.
Awesome.
And Camp Xanadu is campxanadu.org.
Awesome. And so if people want to get in contact with you, they can just like find you there, and there's like a contact link on there as well.
Exactly. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Amazing.
We're also on Facebook and Instagram.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
At Camp Xanadu.
The Xanadu Life.
At the Xanadu Life.
Yeah.
So Instagram. And really looking forward to seeing a lot of you there. Are there any other things that you'd like to tell our listeners?
The camp's at Emerald Bay, Catalina. It's a Boy Scout camp.
I've been
Yeah.
there.
It's
You have
amazing.
been there?
Yeah.
When did you go there?
Several years for Boy Scout camp.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
when you were maybe 10?
Yeah, it's amazing. No, I was like, 14 and
Oh,
then 16 or something like that.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Oh, I'm
Great,
bringing
yeah.
it back.
Yeah.
That's
Oh, and then
awesome.
get to do it as an adult too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And the snorkeling is incredible. When I heard there was snorkeling, I mean, getting to do that with a whole bunch of conscious brothers and sisters and just to have fun. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited.
I got to snorkel with a seal for about 30 minutes.
Whoa.
I was snorkeling and he came belly up under me, kind of frightened me at first. He was
yeah,
checking
for
me
sure.
out. And this particular seal had been either caught in a rudder or attacked by a shark, so he had kind of a disfigured tail. And so he couldn't move very fast, so I was able to kind of keep up with him. And we kind of went pretty far out into the ocean, and there's a boat out there that saw the seal, so started throwing him some chum. And he would swim to the bottom. He was playing this game to try to catch all the pieces before they hit the bottom. And then he would come up and dry heave, and I got really close. I realized this is like a wild animal.
Yeah.
And it's like a big Doberman out there.
Totally.
Like a swimming Doberman. And we got some really great footage. It's actually on the website, so if you guys check it out, it's on the
Amazing.
video. Yeah,
Super cool.
it's so fun.
Yeah, they're straight up sea lions. They're like big old lions, dogs of the sea, wolves, whatever. But they're so cute.
Yeah.
It's super cool
they're
that you
so
got to.
cute.
Yeah.
I know I shouldn't ever touch one if I get in contact, but a part of me just wants to.
I know, just hug it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then also this one last thing is we have this new thing called a snorkel. So it's in between a snorkel and like full on or scuba diving gear. So it's a oxygen tank, and it gives you up to 12 minutes underwater. So you dive into it and you have this like breathing tank, so you can explore,
James
catch
Bond.
lobster,
Whoa.
like James Bond. It will be incredible. So it's going to be our feature. It's going to be featured at camp. So I'm really excited
Cool.
to try it.
So it's just like something that you just hold on to?
Yeah, so it's a handheld oxygen tank.
Whoa.
They just got funded on Kickstarter for like $2 million. So yeah,
Amazing.
yeah, it'll be really
Wow.
fun to try it.
Awesome. And so for those of our listeners who wanna come and who wanna get all the info and sign up, XanaduLife.com.
Yeah, campxanadu.org.
campxanadu.org.
Xanadu's XANADU.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
I'll have all the links posted below.
Yeah, X as in X marks the spot.
Buried treasure. We
Yeah.
have a treasure hunt.
Hey,
Don't want to reveal everything, but
X-Men, pretending into superheroes. Yeah.
thank you so much for having us.
Thank you.
This is fantastic.
What a pleasure. And I'm super excited to join you guys.
Yay.
And I hope that all of you join us as well, because this, I don't even want to call it an event. This gathering is just absolutely so beautiful and pure in its intention. At the heart of it, you're seeing the creators right here. And we're out here in Huntington Beach. Thanks for having me in your beautiful home. And can't wait to see you all there. So until next time, mahalo.
Cool. Thank you, Sean.
Yeah, thank you.
Yay.
Bye, you guys.
Bye, guys.
Awesome.